Namaste and welcome to class. And thank you so much for sitting with me with your undivided attention. It's always very exciting to hear your questions, which I am planning to answer and give you an overview of the three past videos so we can perhaps answer some of your questions. And also, I want to give an introduction about the victim and tyrant at the level of the heart, because this is the place where everything is going to be healing. Some of you have said, but how I do it? Well, okay, so let's start by resuming that the two particles of creation, the quantum field, have the two charges, the positive charge and the negative charge. They are waves that the upper part is the positive and the lower part is the negative. You have that in your mind? All right. So it's not about good or bad. It's about that. That is what is the quantum field. That's how it is. And with that, that field is intelligent, is fluid, and is loving. And that waves form our whole entire tangible reality, our plasmic reality, our magnetic reality, and our electrical reality. Now, when these waves, the whole entire cosmos is composed of it, they start descending into certain reality. If we don't have the proper understanding, the proper use, we start misinterpreting those potentials. The potential of going out in the positive, being seen, being in the conscious, and the potential of being in the depths, being in the subconscious. This form the two sides. The positive side is identified as the masculine, and the negative side is identified as the feminine. You cannot change that. That's how creation is done. When that is polluted by belief system, by behaviors, by values, good or bad, then we start entering into archetypes. And those archetypes, unfortunately, is not serving us anymore. It's we have turned or misinterpret the negative aspect, the low way, into the victim, the one that reflects and subdue, and is a very powerful charge, because when it's purified of the victim, you have your reflective qualities. It means like the sun, right? The sun is reflecting into the moon, and the moon reflects light. Moon doesn't have light by itself. It's a reflective force. Same thing with the negative wave. Is the charge is in there. Is the feminine force, and then the masculine force is the one that radiates. So they're both inseparable. They're part of creation. Now, another question that you have placed is how to handle it. What is the goal that about the victim? It's not about being a victim. It's about not being less of a tyrant. It's about seeing and purifying that original force of life, where you are not misusing that force in order to maintain your limitations or your ignorance. It's a moment to upgrade the understanding of the quantum field and how we are made of it, and how this can change completely the way that you perceive. So the other question you have saying is, oh, what about my husband, or what about my family, and I am the tyrant and the other one is the victim? What I suggest is that you introject yourself rather than seeing all in the exterior. Yes, it is absolutely manifest in our society and our collective humanity. The power struggles, the who is superior, who is more beautiful, who have more money, who knows more, the misunderstanding of power, and also the submissiveness of, oh, I don't believe in me, I need somebody else to help me, all these things that you agree in your mind to make you yourself limited. So it's super important that in this series you see it as an internal force, something that is within you. You are the quantum field, and you have absolutely power and management over your quantum field. How this is changed is in observation. See, in quantum, any particle that have been observed, it change. It changes frequency. It changes vibration. So all we need to do really is to look at it, number one, in pure neutrality. Number two, in pure acceptance. It is the way it is. It's a passage of humanity. And let it go. Don't insist that, oh, I need to change the victim have victimized me, because then you will start looping over and over and over. So you need to be absolutely clear of how to deal with the quantum field, that it is within you, it is in your chakras, it is how it's interacting all the time within your mind and your emotions and your relations. So saying that, another question that you have placed that is also helpful is use a constant reminder, a practice of meditation, of breathing, and that's what I suggest is to go to the school, check the programs that they are, and see what is alive, what you can participate, and adopt something that help you to commit to the reprogramming. I know. I just told you that it happened instantaneously, and now I am telling you, commit to something in terms of time. Why is that? Simply because we magnetize our belief system over and over. And we believe that we have to do that in order to heal. Well, that's kind of a Newtonian way of thinking, where you have to be on top of the womb, and through your constant intervention, you will heal. No, it will happen naturally, but you have to demagnetize your habit of seeing yourself in a past module of healing, in a past module of how you can change your own reality. And this really is the passage of humanity, right? That we want to understand different ways of healing. So now let's go into the heart. How this is the victim and the tyrant is moving or affecting the heart. Well, we have seen that in the first chakra, you're given the gift of your ancestors and say, please, can you please upgrade my point of view? This was limiting for me, and you can upgrade it with different perspectives. And the second chakra is being said, you have the waves, you have the two polarities, you can manage, activate it in a loving, creative way. You have a complete freedom to reframe your life in the way, color, and flavor you want. And in the navel center is about your own identity. I don't need to suppress anybody, and I don't need to be suppressed by anybody to be me. I don't need points of reference that crush my own identity, the first I am, right? So this is the prana, or the wave, that naturally should go up towards the heart. And if the whole entire flow, free from victimism and tyranny, comes up into the heart, a great communion happened from the forces of earth, where the waves of earth can't wait for the forces of the spirit, for the forces of the above. And it's in the heart that meet. Now, it is in the heart that you are going to heal this subdivision and pain of the victim and the tyrant. And there are three things to consider. One is forgiveness. Forgive yourself that you had the passage of the tyrant and the victim. Be completely honest that, yeah, I have been a tyrant to others, to myself. And don't put a value. Don't say that was so bad. Oh, I need again to be punished because I was so bad in being a victim and or a tyrant. No, just see it as a passage. You need to forgive your creation. What you have created is, if it's a creation of a 2 years old, well, that's where you are. So what? Nobody is checking you on that. Just your own self need to be compassionate and forgiving. So it's not about forgiving the others. Oh, he betrayed me or she betrayed me, I forgive. No, that will never happen if you still have the victim inside. And that victim will again manifest some kind of pain, some kind of suffering. And you know what? This is important, because when we have the habit of creating that victim pain, we start creating love, an addiction for pain. And the heart cannot take that. The heart is just, the only way that the heart cope with it is to trying to accept it or to love it. And then the two forces get together, loving your pain and pain in a state of rejection or a pain of tyranny. So you can never get out of your healing if you have magnetized this addiction to pain, addiction to limitation, addiction to be small, addiction to look for somebody to reward you or encourage you, or no, the autonomy of the heart then is not possible. So you need to forgive. You need to forgive that things are not nice. You have done things that are not nice to yourself, and you know that, but you don't need to hide it. You need simply to accept it, that it's a passage of your experiences, and that you are deeply learning with it, deeply learning with it. And the other aspect is to see that it takes time, because in the heart, you accumulate all the consequences of the victim and the tyrant. It's the karmic heart, where every action, every word, the heart remembers, the heart feels it, and it has to release it. It has to feel it again. The heart is all about your feelings. And if you examined your emotional body, you will see how much you have denied your true emotions, how much you have been victim of imagined emotions. I can get into that more in the course I am teaching now. And how much your emotions are confused. You don't know what to feel, or if it's valid, is it secure, is it safe? What are you feeling? So the emotional body and the heart need that power of reassurance and acceptance in order to move forward. And third, it only happens in the now. The heart is the element of air, is the element of a space, is the element where you the time start to dissolve, and you enter into the dimension of the now, and there everything is fine, everything is well. So, and the reality of the 3D reality that we are, that is the struggle of between the positive, the negative, the depths, the height, and the depth, and the height, the depths, and the width of your reality. And it's in the heart where things start to bend, in terms of you have the opportunity to love yourself. You have the opportunity to heal that archetype by these three powerful things, using the ability of the heart. And finally is point the heart towards the highest service for you, meaning point the heart towards what excites you the most. Point the heart towards your own compassion. So all these three elements of the little you, the baby you, the wounded you, the tyrant you, the judged you, the element of all the consequence that, okay, if I was cruel, I was going to receive cruelty, and the loop of victim and tyrant, accept it as well. Then focus in meditation, focus in silence. Silence is the only tool really to descend from the head towards the heart. And in that silence is precious. You can put it in different ways, either through a retreat or through 1 hour conscious silence, something of that kind where you are contained in your own process rather than just looking salvation outside of yourself. So the heart is the opportunity to heal. It's the heart where you can really open up. It's in the heart where you can start seeing your reality in a different way. And one more thing before I go. It's in the heart that is the altar. It's an altar in the heart that is waiting to receive your higher self. Call it your higher spirit, call it the grandfather, call it inspiration. It's in that them where the true communion or meeting happens, is in the heart, where the two forces that comes from earth and the sky meet in the heart. Then you can change naturally with no effort. It's happened naturally because in another reality that you don't see, it's happening all the time. But it's the victim and the tyrant that blocks it. So all you need is to purify it slowly, that help yourself, support yourself, and it's there. It's there for you. It's like if you clean a pot that is gold, but it was in the mud or something. You clean it. You don't need to make it a goal. It is already there. You are already in your full glory and your full splendor and your full embodiment of your grandioseness. It's just that you don't see it and you have not known how to handle it. I thank you so much for sitting with me, and I will see you in our next lesson. Namaste.